not be up to anything just yet, so maybe I'll give him a text later on today or something. Anyway, I'm glad you're feeling better with that covert. I think I had it back a year or so ago. I went to the urgent care and they said I did not have it, but I think I did. Anyway, I was like you. I had this, or like your wife, like Linda was. I had this constant cough and tickle in my throat. I think I must have coughed for 3 solid weeks. So I'm thinking I probably had it, but it just didn't show up at urgent care or something. I don't know. And Janie had it. She was awful sick with it, but she's recovered well. And Al, I swear you're colder down there than we are up here. I think I'm showing 57. I believe you said 51 or something. I don't know. I might have misunderstood it. Anyway. KK4BH, K4YBC.
N4LQ.
W4JPL.
KK4VH returning. Yeah, no, I said 6-1. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Yeah, you're 10 degrees colder than I am out there. And, but anyway, it feels good out there. It really does to me. I'll tell you what, it's compared to what the summer's been, these nice crisp mornings to me is a blessing. And of course, we got one in the group here that don't like cold weather at all. But he'll come in a little while, I imagine, after he thaws out. So anyway, very good morning again to everybody. Everybody sounding good my way. And we're supposed to get in the low 70s here today, so we'll see. There's some possible chance of rain. Of course, they say that every day. There's some possible chance of rain. Because it's liable to end up in the middle of the day, you know. Okay, let me see. I gave it to Barry, I guess. WD4OUM, KK4VH.
Nope. Steve, you pick it up and give it to John Boy. And John Boy, if nobody else don't come in, throw it back across the hill.
WK4.
Okay. Good morning, Rick, and everybody. I just kind of staggered out of bed, came down here. I haven't, I don't know, I got up a little bit late. Yesterday I got up early, came down here, nobody was here except for the guys down south, and this morning everybody got started early. So anyway, good morning. I'm running the DX60 this morning. First time for a while. Thought I'd give it some exercise. So hope it sounds okay. And over to you. Let's see, John. W4JPL, N4LQ.
N4RCL.
Okay. Looking for Chad here on my list. Chad, I guess after Rick, you pick it up and then give it to Terry. Morning, everybody. It looks like it's partly cloudy sky outside. A lot of blue in the sky. It's 59 degrees. Looks like it's going to be another nice day. Not too much going on over here this morning, still without the internet. I'm going to call the good folks at AT&T and whine at them a little bit, see if I can get an update. Downloaded the app, and the app said there's no outage. So, who knows. Morning, Rick. WK4R in the group, W4JPL.
WK4R. I'm thinking I heard somebody else who didn't get picked up, but I could be wrong. Anyway, good morning, everybody. It feels wonderful outside in the 50s. I mean, I should stay that way all day, but I know it's not. I've got one of them old cherry trees out there that's starting to turn and drop leaves.
Rather surprised, actually. I mean, it's that time of year, but not yet. Normally it waits a little longer. Not quite sure on that one. Chad, over to you, KN4RCL, and you might see if there's anybody else in there. WK4.
K4JAL.
Okay, yeah, Jimmy, my old buddy from up Burnsville. I seen you yesterday at the car wash. You be a spooker. You gonna have to work on your spooking. You probably can get Terry to help you on your spooking. Now he's expensive, but he's good. The spooking blood bank. So, KN4RCL, I guess you can turn to Jimmy, and I guess you can turn back to Terry on the top. KN4RCL.
KNRCL, well, what the heck am I talking about? KN4RCL, K4JAL. Well, if you saw me at the parking lot and I didn't see you, it means that I'm about half blind, buddy. That's just the way that is. Anyway, there ain't much going on over here. Ricky's happy because it's down below freezing. I didn't hear our early net. Rick, what'd you do with him? Over to you, Terry, K4JAL.
WD4OUM. Well, good morning to all you late bloomers. And yeah, Brandon sent me a text with a picture of Uncle Dave. Looks like he's getting ready to go out and do some propane work. So, good for that. And that, man, they don't keep you in the hospital anymore. He'll probably be on the radio in the morning. I know Leo, his wife, she had that. I think they done the surgery, kept her that night, and she done PT or something the next day. I can't remember whether she came home that next day or the day after. But anyway, that's unreal. But oh well, you're probably a lot better off. And Cliff, good to hear you're all doing well. And let me see. And nothing else from Burbank on good. WB4NKL, WD4OUM.
SSY.
WD4OUM. It's WB4NKL. Good morning to Billy. You're right down there at the end of the list. SSY. You'll be after Jimmy, and then turn it back to Terry. You make 10 in there. Pretty good group this morning. I like this cool weather. I got 56 degrees here, and I think it's supposed to get on back up close to 80 there after a while. So, summer's still trying to hang on for a while, I guess. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good, I guess. All in all, I'm glad Dave's recovering quickly. A friend of mine I worked with, he was in his 40s. He had a hip replaced, and I think the next day they told him to try to walk a little bit, and he went down on that linear trail to Irwin and walked it from one end to the other. And went back, doctor, they told him they wanted him to walk a little bit, but not that far. But he got along fine with it. I guess the younger you have that type of surgery, the better you do, though. I would think, that probably makes a difference, but I'd say Dave will be hopefully coming along pretty quick, and hope to hear him back on here maybe in the morning. Who knows? Go ahead, Kaz, K4YBC, WB4NKL.
Okay, Cliff. W4NKL, KBC. I know when I had my knee replacement, they had me up the same day, walking down the hall on a walker and all that good stuff. So they don't waste a lot of time getting you up and around. So I understand. Not a lot going on here. I did some weed eating yesterday, and then I had to we have a picture window, big picture window here, and some little side windows, and the caulking on it is looking pitiful. So Janie got out there and she pulled all the caulking off, and I'm having to put it all back. So I hate that job, but I'm almost done. I just need to, probably another 15 minutes or so, and I'll be done with the caulking, and we'll have all new caulking around the windows. So glad that's over with. I think the caulking that was on there probably been on there 40 years or something, but it did look bad. So new caulking helps it to look a little bit better anyway. Not much going on here. I'm going to take that MFJ antenna switch apart here after a while and see if I can see anything, but I guess I'm just going to have to order another one. That thing had been giving trouble for a long time, and I'm just going to get rid of it and get me another one, hopefully, when I can afford it. They ain't cheap, but I'd like to get at least a 4 or 5 position switch. So, of course, the more positions you got on, the more you're going to pay for them, I guess. But anyway, and Outlier, you're running your amp this morning. You're off a week on me for some reason. KK4VH, K4YBC.
Okay, fine business. KK4VH returning. Well, I'm on the right spot this morning. I'll just turn it all up that I'm here. I would just pump along about 40 watts. I don't know, I turn it up some. Low. Well, that ought to be hold up with it. But anyway, good morning again, and now the rotation is switched around, and I haven't got a clue who it goes to now. But anyway, morning to John and Rick and Chad and Jimmy and Billy, and I was giving it to Terry. Now, I don't know what happened to all that, but anyway, whoever picks it up, pick it up, and I'll pay attention. Get it to you the next time. KK4VH.
Well, I guess it's me.
Yep.
Okay. It is hard to keep up, Al. I guarantee you. I try to write it down, then somebody else checks in. I try to stuff them in between there. There's got to be a system. I'm going to have to figure out what it is. I didn't get any comments at all on the DX60, so if you would, let me know if it sounds okay, since this is the first time it's been on the air in a couple of months, I guess. The old girl needs a little workout, or is it an old boy? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. I want to give a good audio report to Cuz. Man, that thing sounds perfect. I think it's the best I've ever heard it. Congratulations on that. I kind of wonder what everybody's running. If you don't mind mentioning that, I'm curious. I know what Terry's running. That pile of junk of his, he calls it. But that's about all. So, if you don't mind, I'd appreciate that. Let me know. Again, running the DX60 AL1200. Carrier power about 250, I guess. So, over to John, and too bad about AT&T. I think I'd give up on them. Did you get your email about the repeater for the cell phone, John? W4JPL N4LQ.
N4LQ in the group. W4 JPL. I'm a little low in frequency. Let me see if I can bump this sucker up a little bit. Not that way. 8. Come on. There you go. Close enough. Good morning to one and all. W4 JPL here. I did write. I forgot to mention it last time, Steve, but your audio is very nice indeed. Nice and rounded. So a DX60's got excellent audio. As far as AT&T is concerned, I did get your email and passed it on to Tony K4QE, and because he's got internet, he's looking into it for me. So see if we can't get a solution for that. I'm running my Johnson 500 and my favorite little receiver, my Cosmic Blue National NC270. I got to exercise all these radios like you do, and for some reason I want to run the 500. So that's what's going on with that. As far as keeping a list of what's going on with the Over the Hill gang, I made an Excel sheet, and if I ever get emailed, Steve, I can email you a copy. And then I just I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares there. I just check them off, and then I put a little extra mark to remember who to turn it to, because I get that CRS syndrome. Can't remember stuff. How you doing, Rick? WK4 in the group. W4 JPL.
Still having throat issues, but anyway, WK4. Jimmy, as for the earlier net, I called numerous times up to 7:45, and nobody answered, so I gave it up and come over here. Steve running the Yaesu twins today. If I'm not running them, I'd probably be running the Kenwood twins. One or the other. With the, excuse me, with the Ameritron 11H at about 100 watts. Yeah, 100, 110, somewhere in there. And not much else happening, trying to debate whether to go work on something out in the shed today, but it's supposed to get to about 79 or 80, it claims. So we will see. I went to the gym yesterday. Because you ain't been to the gym in forever, I'm going to have to talk to you. Anyway, JN4RCL, WK4.
It will probably be next year before we see the upper 70s to 80s. I don't know how many times we got this year to 80s. It wasn't many. Might have seen 80 2 or 3 times. KM4RCL. Good deal on the GM and everything. So, AT&T. Yeah, I had them. They're a bunch of, well, they ain't no good. That's a nice way to put it for the radio. But, yeah. They're not too good. And the, other people still ain't much better. I'm happy with my service. I got Skyrunner, and they're very good. My internet stays up 100% of the time, so it's real good. So I can't complain. I'll go ahead and send it down to my buddy down there in Burnsville. KM4RCL. KM4RCL. JL. Go ahead.
Okay, Chad. Sorry I missed you at the car wash. I did go, which is, and I even put vinyl dressing on my tonneau cover, or whatever you call that thing, over the bed of my truck. I get ready to go to the beach on Saturday. Because I got one of them MFJ 1700Cs that cost the king's ransom, but I'm very happy with it. I've had it several years, and I can switch all my rigs and all my antennas, and just does a fine job. So I don't know why everybody wants to knock MFJ so good. Donald calls it mighty fine junk. But anyhow, Ricky, I got on right at 7:45 and must have just missed you. But that's life. I'm going to give it to Billy. KO4SSY, K4JAL.
Well, y'all just gonna have to put up with it. Maybe this thing will warm up a little bit. It's 1 inch high, but that'll be all right, Terry. Don't panic. Okay, hang tight. Just reach over and do like I do and adjust a little bit on that tuning knob when you're having a little bit of noise coming into somebody because they ain't quite where you want them to be. K4JL, KO4SSY returning, and Steve, I am on the Globe King 500, the A model with the Johnson Viking VFO, and as we all know, the floated modulation transformer. Jeez, this one's gone, I guess. It wasn't for sale, but it sold, so there you go. I guess supposed to be in November after I get back from North Dakota, which is coming up swiftly. Guess I need to throw me together some kind of an antenna for 40 meters, or take this one that I've got out here and fine tune it, and then take it up there with me when I go. Set up a station where I can talk back on 40. Maybe to some, anyway. If I've got time. I'll be hunting most of the time. There won't be a lot of radio time. And I believe 53 was what I seen at the lowest point coming in this morning. 51, 50, and 51 is what it's been being the last 2 or 3 mornings, so it's pretty nice. I hope it bites this darn grass. I'm sick of mowing. And good morning to all. I hadn't heard nobody else coming there, so I'm just gonna, they better jump quick if they want it, because I'm giving it back to the maggot. WD4OUM to pick it up. KO4SSY.
WD4OUM. Well, good morning, Billy Bob. Hey, Billy Bob, let me start off by saying you ought to keep one of the rigs, that halfway works, and get rid of that other piece of junk, that works when it wants to. So, just my opinion. And, I've told you, but if you sell the radio, when the guy comes to pick it up, let him do the picking up. You sit back in your easy chair and watch him. That don't do no good to you nothing. So, oh well. And Steve, this pile of junk. Tell you what I done. I throwed it in the trash can, and trash man run, and I went out there to get my can. Lo and behold, behind the garbage can, there sat this piece of junk. He wouldn't even take it. So, had to bring it back in here. Can't seem to get rid of it. Oh well. We'll find a way here shortly. I got plans in the works, so there you go. WB4NKL, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, WB4NKL. Okay, Terry. Well, sounding good this morning. Steve, the DX60 sounds great. And I'm running the Globe King also here with a ICOM IC736 VFO. You don't see too many of those. And everybody's sounding great today. I'm also using the IC736 for a receiver. And as far as the order goes, I thought we'd kept it pretty tight there today. I heard Terry first, and I jumped in there, and then Cuz come in, and I tried to keep it in order, you know, as we checked in after that. So that's the order things have gone. Sometimes people get, if you don't make a list, they get a little confused there sometimes, but I think we stuck pretty much to the order that they checked in there today. I'll send it on around 10 in here, pretty good group, and Billy, I'll have to try to catch you on 40 meters when you head out that way. It'll be interesting. Go ahead, Cuz, K4.
Let me get back on frequency, guys. Okay, I drifted up the bend a little bit. Real fine. And Steve, the little DX60 sounds fantastic. Beautiful audio on that thing. That thing really sounds good. And I had AT&T at one time, and I'm like most everybody else. It was about worthless, so got rid of AT&T. And of course, Steve, I'm on the LMAC driving the 813s at about 175 watts. So that's it. I'm gonna have to get me another antenna switch before I can put the little Globe Scout back on. Or see if I can figure out what's wrong with the one I got. But Jimmy, I'm glad you like your MFJ switches. They're not too favorable down here in this part of the country. But you get what you paid for, that's for sure. And Terry, you know you don't want to get rid of that piece of junk. That's probably the best rig you have ever owned, and I know you've owned a bunch of them. So I'll just come on, tell it like it is. It's a great radio, and you love it. KK4VH, take it. K4YBC.
Okay, fine business. KK4VH returning. Let's see, I got a 6th position MFJ switch up on the wall. I've had it a long time. I have never had any problem with it. I've got a Daiwa, I guess that's how you pronounce it, 2-position switch. And of course I have no problem there. And then I've got another MFJ switch with a 2-position. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's been a good one. So far so good. The 6-position switch is much cheaper constructed than the 2-position switch, but I've not had any problem with it. So you know the old story: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's see, AT&T. That's the only thing we got coming in here is AT&T. So we don't have any choice. If you want internet, and you don't want to get it off a satellite dish, then you got to get it through AT&T. That's the only wire they got in here where we're at, and so the choice is not to be had with other people because AT&T won't let anybody else hook up to their lines naturally. So I don't know. Spectrum is down the road about 7 miles, and it stops down there, and they won't bring it up here because there's not enough people. It's not. They say it's not worth it. The population's not great enough any farther than what it's running now, so they won't bring the cable down. So I'd like to have the opportunity to hook the Spectrum, and I've heard so much about them, and everybody says they're so great and they're so cheap. So I'd like to have the opportunity to hook up to something besides AT&T. But as it is now, there is no choice except satellite. And I don't want no satellite. That's a no-no. So anyway, and let's see, Steve, the Dixie 60 sounds great. That audio is really good on that transmitter. It's I don't know what you're running for a microphone, but what you got what you got in front of it, I don't know of anything. But anyway, whatever you're doing, it sounds great. So I'm gonna send it to you and get it on back around. N4LQ, KK4VH.
Okay, thank you, Al. KK4VH, N4LQ, and now there's nothing special. It's just a D104 amplified mic plugged right into the front, and I did rig up a push-to-talk system where the chicken choker switch triggers the CW key inside. Just ran a piece of wire over to the CW jack, and that was it. I did change out the mic jack from that no good single button thing that Heathkit used to a stereo type 1/4-inch jack, and yeah, I made a few modifications here and there. Also put the VFO in it. I sent out a picture to the group, and Al, I think I sent you an invitation to join the group's email reflector, and I think just about everybody has signed up for it, and I assume you're getting your email. I just sent a picture out of the DX60, and let me know if you have any problems. And that email address that it comes from is the one you reply to. You can save that and use that if you want to send an email out to the group. Just use that. I assume everybody knows how to do this, but anyhow, I put the chrome door stops under the front of the DX60 so the RF would slide out the back a little easier. Well, it's about time to plant the ryegrass for the winter here. I think maybe next week will be the time to do that. Try to wait till it gets down in the 70s or mid to lower 70s during the day, and I put that on the front yard, and then it looks beautiful all winter. And people stop and ask me, what kind of grass did you plant? Boy, that is beautiful. All you do is just throw it down, and that stuff grows, and then it dies off when the sun hits it the next spring, and the weeds come up and replace that. Well, I wonder if Uncle Joe hasn't doled out enough money to get cable to you guys out there in the boonies. I thought he was throwing money everywhere to get everybody the internet. So I wonder where all that money went, as if I didn't know. And that's about it. So over to W4JPL, N4LQ, and the Viking 500 sounds great.
Okay. N4LQ in the group, W4JPL. Well, thank you, Steve. It was a long, hard road to get this thing running, this 500, but it's good, it's fixed, it's staying fixed. So I'm knocking on wood as I say that, because when I pronounce it fixed, you never know what's going to happen. But now I'm real happy with this. It's I don't know how many of these things were made. I imagine they didn't make an awful lot of these things compared to the Valiants and the Rangers, but I'm happy to have one. It works, it's clean, and it's keeping the room warm right now. I imagine it's going to be a delight to run in the winter time. Keep the room warm, that's for sure. As far as the government putting out money to put the internet in the more remote places, That goes right up there with the infrastructure for the electric cars that they're trying to shove down everybody's throat. I like the idea, but it's not practical. There's no infrastructure. And the prices are double of a gas car, so that kills it for me. All right, I'm going to keep it going. Round and round and round she goes. Over to you, Rick. WK4R in the group. W4 JPL.
WK4R. Well, as for internet, we have Spectrum here. Have some other options, but it works fine. Every once in a while have an issue, about once a year maybe or so been very fortunate. Like this week, the modem died. I mean, no lights at all would come on. So I drove to the Spectrum place, got another modem, come back home, hooked it up, and mine came on for a few seconds and died again. Only to find out that then the entire Spectrum internet went down. So I had to wait an hour or so for that to come back on to even test the modem. The two were not together. It was entirely separate at the time. But anyway, thought about trying the T-Mobile 5G internet. Have a friend who tried it. He was less than happy. So not so sure about that, but it sure is a whole lot cheaper. Steve, the DX60 sounds good. John 500's probably one of your better radios, I dare say. Most everybody else sounds good. Some are less than stellar. Maybe one in particular. But anyway. And I can almost say with confidence there will never be an electric car here. I think I would go buy a horse before I do that. But anyway. KN4RCL, WK4.
Rick, we know you want an electric car. And, yeah, the internet can be sketchy, especially Uncle Joe giving all that money out, and that money that we don't have, and it's other people's money anyway, and they just put $33 trillion in debt. 10 years ago it was only $10 trillion in debt. So, yeah. We're gonna have some, the country is pretty much bankrupt, I believe. And, the ryegrass. Steve, you put up ryegrass. I've had mine sowed since last week. And I've been watering it every night. Tell you the truth, Steve, you ought to put a semi-annual ryegrass on it out, and that way you don't have to reseed it every year. That's what I do, put a semi-annual, and what I don't want it to come back, I just put an annual ryegrass, and it don't come back, and you have to reseed it every year. So I like using the semi-annual myself. KN4RCL, go ahead, WJPL.
I'll do it, Chad, K4JAL. Yep, you're a ryegrass man, and you can make whiskey out of that stuff, you know how. Steve, the DX60 looks as good as it sounds, buddy. Looks like a new rig. Sounds like a new rig. Billy, why on earth would anybody go to North Dakota in the wintertime? I guess to kill an elk or something like that, but that's all I can figure. We have Spectrum here, and you guys jinxed it. It was down this morning. I got an email and said the whole thing was down, but then it was on by the time I got in here. we have to have good, reliable stuff because my wife is an RN working over the internet, and if it doesn't work, she doesn't work. Well, that's a story on Burnsville. I guess I'll give it back to Billy. KO4SSY, K4JAL. Take it easy on your buddy over there.
Alright, Mr. Jimmy. K4JAL, KO4SSY. Well, it is what it is, you know. So, the internet's, I would think that, anymore, I've tried all that satellite junk that was offered around here, and I ended up with the Starlink, and that's the Elon Musk stuff, and I've never regretted it. Now it's you know, you have to buy the equipment up front, which is $500, and then they're saying that the home is not available, that you have to use the RV, which is $150 a month, but that's about the only option we have around here that's worth a flip, and it works about anywhere. The one that you have to buy is the RV package, which is, you know, you can just use it wherever you go. And, you know, if you decide you want to go on vacation for a month, you just go into your settings and turn it off, and that month you don't have a bill. And it's worked very well for me. So, yeah, and the band's kind of up and down, but you sound great over here on the DX60, Steve. And really nice tone with the audio. So, I was probably fiddling with something else and missed anything else I should have been replying to. So back over to you, Terry WD4OUM, KO4SSY. Oh, Terry, I'll just keep the big piece of iron. I'll figure it out one of these days. Pick it up, KO4SSY.
WD4OUM. Billy Bob, you probably like paying this piece of junk. Even the junkyard won't take it. That's probably it. And Rick, I'm just sitting here trying to picture in my mind what you'd look like riding a horse. Now, I couldn't come up with that picture, but lo and behold, I look out, and there you are on an old mule, long-eared mule. Kind of remind me of Festus Hagen. So, there. And the internet. Oh yeah, Cliff. Bright Ridge is. They've been working like a bunch of little bees running around, I guess, for about the last month around Colonial Heights and in the area. Every street you go up and everything, 2, 3, 4 trucks pulling cable and everything. I don't know what their prices is going to be when they finally get it. But I don't know whether they got it down at your house yet or not. Will you know anything about the prices or whatever? But Spectrum, I'm getting about, I guess about 360 meg, I think, when I check it on Ookla. And they keep sending me a thing to, you know, upgrade for $20, you know, to 500. And I keep telling them I don't use what I got, you know. I'd give 200 or 300 of this away. I don't need it. But I've got computers sitting every which way, and, you know, stuff, but I don't use all that junk. And back in the spring, they sent me a letter and told me I was over the hill, and they was going to cut my internet bill $40. So now I'm paying $49 a month for internet. So whatever Bright Ridge does, I don't think I'm gonna fool with them. I'm satisfied with that $49. But oh well. But I think Bright Ridge is advertising like 10 gig or something. Man, I ain't even seen a computer that will process that kind of speed. Oh well. WB4NKL. WD4OUM.
WD4OUM is WB4NKL. Switched over to Heathkit DX100 for a different position here. Looks like I'm a little bit low in frequency, but not real low. That's a good deal, Terry. That's great that they lowered your bill automatically. What I have to do is the bill keeps going up on stuff, and then I call and threaten to discontinue service. Then they start lowering the bill. They did that for satellite service, but I still think I'm going to cancel it. And I'm missing something. Why you need these way out speeds? All I've ever had is this DSL 20 meg, and it streams video, and it'll actually stream 2 different programs on video. Linda can be watching one, I can be streaming something else, and the 20 megs does that. So I don't really get what higher speed would do for me. I guess you could download something, download the whole movie or whatever instantly, but that's most we use is the streaming, and the 20 meg works fine for that. So it's doing all that I need for it to do. Put it that way. And let's see, John Boy, I've got a production list of E.F. Johnson, how many rigs they made and which years, and I can't lay my hands on it right now, but I'll come up with that and scan it and try to post it to the group. But yeah, they made I forget the number on the 500s, but it was a lot less than some of the other stuff. And then the desk kilowatts was lower than that. I think the Rangers and the Valiants were probably their top sellers, but I've got that somewhere broken down by years, production numbers. So I'll try to hunt that up and get it posted. Kind of interesting to look at. So I'll send it over around. Go ahead, Cuz, K4YBC, it's WB4NKL. Can you copy on the DX100?
Oh yeah, got a big signal, Cliff, no problem. And yeah, I've got Spectrum over here too, and yeah, I'll tell you, they reduced mine down to about $50-some a month. And I guess said I qualified for I don't know, old age benefits or something. But then I had to go get a new modem, and they charge you $5 a month extra for that modem. So I'm paying somewhere around $60 now. That's still a pretty good deal. And like I said, I got a whole lot more internet than I need. I mean, I can't complain. It works real good. Every now and then, like Rick said, we have a failure, but not that often. I know they've been working on it around here lately, and we've had a few failures because of whatever it was they were doing to the lines and everything. But anyway, and electric cars,
Well, I'll have to agree with everybody else. Technology is not here yet for electric cars. And I read somewhere that to replace the battery in one of them Tesla cars is like $14,000. My Lord. You wouldn't want to replace many batteries on that. Oh, well. It's a sign of the times, I guess, and if Uncle Joe had his way, we'd all be driving electric cars. Well, we'd all be sitting on the side of the road waiting for somebody to come pick us up, probably, but anyway. KK4VH, take it. K4YBC.
Okay, fine business. KK4VH returning. Let's see. Electric cars. My granddaddy's got one of them high-dollar Tesla, I don't know what you call them, Tesla or whatever. But anyway, I don't know, she paid the price for that. You could have bought 2 houses for years back. But anyway, a little tale there. Her husband was backing out of the garage of that thing, and the back door wasn't closed all the way, and he hit the side of the garage and it mashed that corner in. He took the body shop just laughed at him and said, "We can't work on it. We got to take it back to Tesla. Anyway, they have to take it back to dealer. The way the body shop don't work on that kind of whatever that metal is, it's some kind of space age stuff that the body's made out of, and regular body shop won't even touch it. So they had to take it back to the manufacturer place or to the dealer, get them to fix it. What it cost that way. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard $12,000-$15,000 for batteries. That's a lot of money for batteries. And you know, they haven't let them out long enough to really be able to tell you how long the batteries are going to last either. So I don't know. But anyway, no electric car. I got an electric golf car, but that's all. The only reason I went to electric on that was a lot of the campgrounds won't allow you to have a gas one in them anymore. So I switch over to electric. So, but that was the only reason. Batteries for them now, it used to be $800. I priced them this year. They're $1,025 from a couple of years ago. So batteries and tires is crazy, but that's a whole lot of money for change that. I thought $800 was a lot of money, but $1,025 is even worse. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. I certainly have enjoyed it here this morning. Let me make one comment on Cliff's DX100. It sounds great, Cliff. Audio is good and smooth, and plenty of it. It sounds real good here. So, with that, I'm going to get out of here. I got places to go, things to do, and people to see here this morning, so I'm going to have to cut a rug. So you gentlemen take care, have a fine day, and we'll do it again when we can. N4LQ to pick it up. KK4VH. We'll be off and clear, but listening here for a few. 7-3.
Okay, good morning, Al. KK4VH, N4LQ. And I hope you have a good day. I did a search here on Spectrum discount for seniors, but what came up was a Spectrum Internet for low-income households, and there's a application here you can fill out. It's funny, they're asking for trouble. They showed a picture of a black lady with her daughter, just smiling about her Spectrum Internet for low-income households. I tell you, the Affordable Connectivity Program, it's called. You get free modem, no data caps, no contract, in-home Wi-Fi service available, and the whole thing is free. So there you go. I haven't seen anything about senior citizens, but I'm going to keep checking. If I can get a discount, I'll do it, because I think I qualify as a senior citizen. And Cliff, real fine on that 20 meg, man. You know, that sounds tremendously slow. I know other people have told me things like that, and I wonder if they're cutting back on the resolution of the video or something to squeeze that out through a 20 meg pipe. It sounds a little slow, but somehow it manages to work, and I wonder if everybody measures the speed the same way or what. But the spectrum that I've got here, it's 400. It started out at 200, and it kept going up, and now it's advertised at 400, and it's usually pretty close to that. And all they did was give us a different modem, and every time they change your speed, and they keep trying to increase the price, and I fuss about it, and I go in and complain every time, and then they say, oh, okay, we'll give you an introductory price or something like that. Anyway, Cliff, the DX100 sounds better than the Globe King. Well, I'll say this: at least it has better lows and more smoother audio, I think, than the Globe. And somebody else had a DX100 on here a while back that sounded really good. I know Mir's got one. His sounds really good. He keeps wanting to use those rice boxes, or those vintage rice boxes. So there you go. Oh, Chad, I did want to thank you for your comment about the semi-annual ryegrass, and I didn't know what that meant. And I think what you're trying to say is that it comes up after it dies off in the spring, it comes back up in the winter automatically. I wonder how that works, but I'm all for it. So I'm going to look that up and see if I can get me some of that stuff instead of planting it every fall. W4JPL, N4LQ.
Hey, John Boy.
Yes, Mother.
Brandon sent me a text, Mr. Know-It-All. There was 865 500s made, for your information.
Okay. Thank you. W4JPL here. I'm just writing that down because I get that CRS syndrome. Can't remember stuff. 500s. Wow. Well, I got one of them. Pretty sure. All right, fine business, boys. Well, you guys are talking about 20 megs. I get 4 to 5.5, and I've been happy with it because that's all I can get. I'd love to get Spectrum or somebody else, but right now nobody's wants to play ball. So I'll see if we can get this repeater thing going for the T-Mobile. Fellas, I'm going to jump out of here. I will be listening for a while because I just pulled my I got my Vant and my SX101 on a rolling rack. It's on my website, their QRZ webpage. My son-in-law made me a base for, and it's real easy to roll it out. And I just roll it out because I'm tired of looking at a dirty window. I've been listening for a while, boys, and then I'm going to go out walking with Maggie. I better check with her first. You know the deal. Happy wife, happy life. 73, I'll catch up with you guys later on. Let's see, this goes to Rick. WK4R in a group, W4JPL.
WK4R. Steve, now you got me surfing on these discounts. I did find one on TVs, TV service. Did not find one for internet yet. And then I tried again and found one for internet, baby. But I haven't read it yet. Let's see, Cliff, the DX100 does sound good. As for why faster speeds, Cliff, if you had a bunch of people in your house, like a bunch of grandkids or something, all streaming at the same time, you'd probably want something pretty fast at that point. They can suck up some bandwidth in a hurry. About time all them little ones get on YouTube and the older ones get on whatever they're doing, and then you're trying to stream TV. It can make it flinch once in a while. Because the extra $5 is for a combo modem router. If you get just a modem, they don't charge you for it. But if you get the modem router, they charge you $5 extra. But it's interesting, when I was there talking to him, I said, how fast am I supposed to be getting? He said, well, you should be getting, I forgot, 300 or 400, I think it's 300 maybe or something. And I said, well, okay. He said, but with our modem, we guarantee the 300. I said, really? I said, I've checked specs before, and the router I'm using is faster than your router, but I'm not supposed to get as fast? Sounds like y'all playing games there. Anyway, come home, mine was 360 something, I think, so that's good enough. Let's see, got to head out. Let's see, got to get some breakfast, then we got to go to the store, find another blood pressure cuff or something. The one I've got, one that's lying to me, and another one that's got an air leak. I might get one of the electronic jobs this time. My wife's blood pressure is playing games with her all of a sudden, so now we got to keep tabs on that. And she got some new medicine, but anyway, she's had a dying headache for a week now, though. And I might even pay some bills, who knows? So I'm going to say 73 and get out of here, but try to listen for a while. Y'all have a good day. KN4RCL, WK4, clear and listening.
Rick, I got one of them electronic blood pressure cuffs from Walmart, and knock on wood, and that's been about 3 or 4 years ago, and that's been a good one. So, I guess we can go with that. And Rick and Steve, for them discounts, you ain't black enough. I'm sorry. So that's the way it goes. That's what they usually tell me. And the rye glass, I always use a semi-annual rye glass. It's also, some people call it winter rye. And I guess they can call both of them annual and biannual. Winter rye. So, yeah, mine's doing real good. Starting to come up. I noticed yesterday. So, you can find that semi-annual usually at Moms and Pop Subway store, or Mom and Pop joint, you know, better than the big box stores. But you might be able to find it at the big box stores. I just don't know. I've had better luck with Moms and Pop hardware stuff, brand, and I'm going to keep on putting that out and see, hopefully get good results. KN4RCL, K4JL.
KN4RCL, K4JL. Well, why you guys want to plant grass to grow in the winter, I don't know. Anyhow, everybody do what they want to do. Cliff, that rig sounds great, and so does yours, Steve. I know you figured out I'm running the 7610 or whatever it is, ICOM this morning. I'm too lazy to go to the shack. So there you go. I just checked my internet speed back here on Wi-Fi, and I'm only about 50 meg. That's pretty sad considering we're paying a premium amount for it. I'll check into all that. Question for all you car gurus. When these little pressure transmitters in the tires I've got one that keeps aggravating me, and since the car is about 8 years old, I'd say it's going bad. What does it cost to get them dang things replaced? I know you'd have to break the tire down. Over to you, Billy, KO4SSY, K4JAL.
$70, Jimmy.
Alrighty, Mr. Jimmy. K4JAL, KO4SSY returning. Well, and to answer your question about why a person goes to North Dakota this time of year, it's duck season, and I love to duck hunt. And then we pheasant hunt during the day too, so it's all about the wing, the flying, the birds to me. I'm gonna go out there and spend a couple weeks enjoying that. And 7-3s to Al and John and Rick. And I'll hang for one more, I think, before I get back up front and start trying to get this day rolling. I can't remember if there was anything else or not. I probably wasn't paying close enough attention. So that's that ADHD kicking in, I guess. Oh well. Yeah, I guess the Starlink, I guess that's out of it. Y'all ain't wanting to pay that budget or whatever, but if you're in a remote area that ain't got good service, in my opinion, it's about the only thing out there that it's even touch its capabilities. I had to quit drinking soda pop or two, have good internet. You know, most people probably live here in town close enough where they can get decent internet, but not out here. You ain't. So that's just the way it goes. You just get what you can that works well, and I had that HughesNet junk for years. It's supposed to be the best 5 generation, yada, and it's a bunch of crap. And I don't like the way they do their, you know, you got so much usage a day, and if you overuse, then you go into limp mode, and you barely can't even get it to do a darn thing. And some people do it by the month, and you run out halfway through the month, and then you ain't got no service the rest of the month. And yeah, when the which probably best anyway, that people just spend time talking like they used to instead of on all that junk. WD4OUM KO4SSY.
WD4OUM. Get rid of all the cell phones, get rid of all the computers and everything. Give them kids a couple little sticks and bricks and whatever, and put them out in the yard, preferably in a big old dirt pile somewhere, and you know, teach them something. Oh well. Y'all was talking about grass. My next door neighbor, it's been several years ago, he got this old Mexican guy. Of course, he's Mexican too, but anyway, he come over there, and he had these little sprigs of grass, and he set them about, I guess, a foot apart, and he piddled around over there all day long of putting them little sprouts in the ground and everything. But now, that whole bank over there is just as nice as it can be, and it's come over and took over my yard there at the side of the house. But that grass is just like walking on carpet. It's absolutely beautiful. And in the winter, it turns brown. And then in the spring, it's everything else is done green, and that's still brown, but it finally pops up. But it is absolutely beautiful. Don't know what it is. I ain't got a clue. To me, if my yard's green, I don't care which weeds or what, you know. I don't pay no attention to all that. I don't put no weed killer out. Well, actually I do on this English ivy and stuff, but oh well. Anyway, and internet speed. Well, I tell you what, I've been fooling around with computers since 1974 and playing around, and we were doing internet stuff before there was an internet. And when all these places got to jacking these speeds up and everything, especially here in the last couple of years when it went from about 100 up to almost 400 is what I'm getting now. I really don't see that much difference, you know, in what I do. Of course now, you know, like Rick said, bandwidth, if I had about a dozen people in here using stuff, might see it, but yeah, I don't see it, don't need it, you know, whatever. And I guess, you know, I'm eligible for that low income discount. I guess that's what it was. I get a discount on my city taxes, my county taxes, and then they sent me that. I said, you know, why not? If I can save $1, go for it. You know, I can spend that on ammo and go out there and shoot it in the bank or something. So there you go. WB4NKL, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, WB4NKL. Okay, Terry. Yeah, he was asking about the Bright Ridge there a while ago. They still don't have service, I don't think, down in their part of the country, but they're working on it, and they keep on saying it's coming. And I know they're doing the same thing down in Greene County. Supposed to get it, to cover the whole counties here, and they got some kind of some money, federal money for that. And I really hadn't investigated it that much. I don't know what the cost will be, and I don't think they're planning on bringing fiber right into your house. I guess I'm assuming that they're going to have wireless networks, close enough to everybody's house that they can get attached there wirelessly. And I'm assuming that's what's going on. I know they are hanging fiber in different places. So wait and see. I guess, like I say, I'll probably stick with what I've got unless this other's going to be cheaper and noticeably better. I can't tell that the video looks excellent to me, Steve. That Linda downstreams a lot of stuff. Of course, we don't have the latest and greatest TV. It's an old Sony big screen, flat panel, but it's got a Fire Stick in it to stream with. Seems to work fine. She's happy with it. It's a lot better picture than what we get off the satellite. So I guess we're done with satellite. They give me 2 months free satellite, but I'm going to cancel it altogether when that's up. We get all of our TV streaming or off the air. So I got an antenna up too, and that works great. Get about 30 or 40 channels off the air, different programs. So send it on around. 73 is the dog that checked out, and thanks for all the good comments here on the DX100. I guess if I can get one of my digital VFOs connected to it, it might be a keeper here to run all the time, where I don't have to watch the frequency. Go ahead, cuz. K4YBC, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, K4YBC. Okay, Cliff, real fine. Oh, yeah, the rig really sounds good, no doubt about it. And, Steve, I just went up to the cable office one day. I got rid of the television, the cable television. I got one of those Fire Sticks like Cliff was talking about, and that's what I use, plus an outside antenna. But I was up there, and a young lady said, "You know, you're eligible for some kind of a government discount or something." I said, "Oh, really?" And she said, "Yeah." Anyway, it was I was only paying $50 a month or something like that and that was for internet plus landline telephone. And then, but she said when that runs out, you'll still have to pay around $85 a month, which still was a whole lot better than what I was paying. I was paying like $218 a month for TV and internet and all that, so you know it worked out really, really good. So I'm happy with it. And Terry, that grass you're talking about, I got it in the upper side of my yard. It's called soya grass. And you're right, brother. That stuff's like walking on a carpet. And of course it turns brown in the fall of the year and everything, but comes back in the spring. And one thing about it, that stuff's so thick, it chokes out all the weeds, so you don't have no weed problem because weeds can't grow in it. And also it doesn't grow enough to, you only have to mow it maybe 2 or 3 times a summer or something like that. So it's if a person wanted to invest some money, I thought about putting it all around my house, but I don't think I'll ever do that. But my upper side is all soya grass, and it's really neat. I like it. I'm going to say 7 threes on this go around too, gentlemen. Everybody have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. I think Al went out, so Steve, I think it goes to you. N4LQ, K4YBC.
All right. Yeah, 73. N4LQ. Well, man, I tell you what, this group has got more information than I can keep track of here. I ran out of paper to write all this down. Fire sticks and plug grass and senior citizen discounts. But I don't know how you got that discount, because unless when you walked in there and they took one look at you, they said, "Oh man, this guy has got to qualify for something." But I didn't think so. You got a head of hair. I tell you, I'm envious of that. You got more hair than I ever had. So congratulations on that. So I don't know. Maybe it's your good looks that got your discount. But yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'll check with them and see if I can qualify for some kind of a discount. And I don't know about fire sticks. I'll look into that. I believe that's an Amazon thing, as I recall. And the plug grass, we had a neighbor that had plug grass, and I tell you what, it is beautiful. And they planted each plug like it was a plant, and they kept it tall. It was probably 4 or 5 inches thick, and it was like walking on a carpet. I felt guilty if I walked on it. So never did see any weeds. I should go back. That was in Charlotte. I need to go back there and look and see if it's still there. But it's a lot of trouble to plant, and I don't want it to be brown in the winter. I'd prefer green, and that's why I put the ryegrass down just so it'll be green, and that's the only reason. And it's a kind of a light, kind of a lime green color, and it grows real easy and real fast. I even had to cut it in December one time. Now I don't mind, you know, that's no big deal. I don't have a lot of yard out front anyway. Most of this area here is woods. Everybody's house is kind of back in the woods, so it's no problem. And blood pressure cuffs. I bought a cheap one somewhere, I guess off Amazon, and it clamps around your wrist. And I get a reading. It's gone down since I lost all that weight, so it's normal now, or below normal. So that took care of that problem. So I guess I'll say my 73s, and thanks for the report on the DX60. I like it. I've done a lot of work on it, and I'm sort of attached to it, so I think I'll let it sit here for a while and give the L Mackeys a rest. Let's see, who do we go to from here? I think it goes to Chad, KN4RCL, N4LQ.
I'm going to go ahead and say 73s on this one. Enjoyed it. And Steve, we got some intelligent people with all kinds of useful information. That's why you ran out of paper this morning. And Billy Bob, if you go up to North Dakota this year, try not to come back with a cold or something. I know you will. Out there in that water duck hunting and everything, I just hope them ducks are worth it. And the ryegrass, if you have some of that plug grass and mix the ryegrass with it, that should give you a green tint. If you want that lime green to be a dark green, like a bush green, just add lime to it. And you should have a dark blue color. Dark green, dark blue, towards the grass. If you lay enough yard lime to it. I went a couple of years ago, and I had probably 200 pounds or so, and I went to Rose, and they was wanting to know if I was trying to decompose of the body. I had so much, but it really works good on the yard. So, yeah, I would take that advice if you want to put a yard. KN4RCL, a 73s, and the we'll talk to you in the morning. Go ahead, K4JL.
KN4RCL, K4JL. Well, bye, Chad. You've got a strange mind. Don't you know that bluegrass is music? It's not a plant. Anyway, that's my parting shot. I'll say 7-3 and give it to Terry. WD4OUM, K4JAL, hanging it up.
I don't Rich, you still there, Billy Bob?
Yeah, I'm here for one more anyway. For this one, I'm going to have to get up front. So, well, 7-3, everybody. And that's been a pleasure chatting with you gentlemen this morning. And we'll look forward to in the morning, good Lord willing, nothing breaks your tires. Tonight's church night, so I don't know if I'll be around much this evening for some of those that's been getting on. And I guess I've missed Steve and them the last couple days or whatnot of the evening's times even. That's a lot of rebel rows and trash gets on from time to time, and so I just turn stuff off. So back up to you, Mr. Terry, you and Cliff, and looks like the last two standing, so y'all don't wear the buttons out on everything there, and we'll talk with y'all later on. I'll figure out what I'm going to take, Cliff. Probably this DX100, and I don't know, I'll figure out a receiver to take it. Just about Well, anyways, I'll get all that figured out, but I'll try to take something as soon as I get there, try to set me up a 40 meter. That'll be about the only shot of making it back this way. So, 7-3, y'all have a good day. WD4OUM, KO4SSY.
I'm glad I ain't got a 40 meter antenna. Good for that. And listen to this bunch for knowledge. Wow. Whew. Goodness. Boy, if that don't take a cake. And Steve with Blue Grass. That brings on a name for him. Would you believe Papa Smurf? I can see him, that little boggin and a blue face. Anyway, you fellas have a good one. We catch you in the morning. WB4NKL, WD4OUM.
Okay, Terry. WB4NKL here. I guess we'll put that little project we was talking off there for a little while, just to make sure I don't have any germs to bring to you. But we'll get it there eventually. 73s and enjoyed it. It's WB4NKL, now clear.